Hey FragCom, Freddie Frags back. Today I'm bringing you a house review, and the house that we're talking about today is Daniel Barros. Daniel Barros is a indie niche house fragrance brand that was created in 2016, and it was brought to you by none other than Daniel Barros himself. Daniel Barros is not only the founder of the fragrance brand, it's also he is also the perfumer behind all 12 of the scents in the Barista Collection, which is the first collection released by the house. Daniel's journey started out is based out of Brazil, where he was a marketing director years ago, and he ventured off and created his own consulting firm called Ego In Vitro, where he focused on guiding people towards the correct or to the right scent for their lifestyle and personality. Through his journey, he published two books, two fragrance guides, one towards the female and one towards the male. Two different versions of the book that did fairly well. And through that, he also became a writer for the fragrance jargonaut, online jargonaut, Fragrantica. The more I learn about Daniel, the more I come to respect his drive and his courage to follow his passion through different ventures. If you haven't already guessed, the Barista Collection is based on drinks. Barista is the Italian word for bartender. I want to start off by saying that these are all done very well. I think the compositions are done, like I said, very well, and I'm impressed for someone that is new to composing fragrances. Daniel named each of these compositions so that the consumer can recognize the beverages that inspired his vision. Without further ado, let me just give you my opinion on all 12 scents in the Barista Collection. We're going to start off with Umbrella, which is a boozy orange zest type scent that gets a little warmth from the amber and spices as it dries down. Really nice scent. One that I enjoyed when I was testing these out. The second one is Choco Frap. Choco Frap is a sweet chocolate malt fragrance. I get a lot of cacao powder, a little bit of a creaminess from the almond milk, but it's very nice, youthful, comforting scent. A lot of fun, since it smells sort of like a malt shake. The next one is Cure Mojito. Now, Cure Mojito is one of my faves from the house. This is a great leather for the summer, for the warmer weather. You get a fresh minty vibe with some citrus and a playful leather. This is not a serious scent by no means. Leather scents tend to be a little more mature and more serious. I think this one is done nicely. It's a different take on leather, great for the warmer weather. One of my favorites from the line. The next one is Ginseso, and this is one of the lighter scents, at least on my skin, from the line. You get gin, lime, juniper berries, and star anise off the top, and as it develops, it turns into an intensely smoky type of scent. These type of notes are added into the fragrance, and it's one of the more interesting ones, to say the least. Next, we have Jasmina Colada. Basically, it's a tropical scent, as you could have already guessed. You get the pina colada, you get the tropical flowers. Basically, it's vacation in a bottle. Now, it smells nothing like Virgin Island water, but when you're on vacation, you like that Virgin Island water vibe. It reminds me of vacation. Well, this scent reminds me of vacation too. It's a different take. It doesn't smell anything like Virgin Island water. But if you want to take vacation scents on vacation, this one is perfect. Pina colada, tropical florals. It's a nice scent. I recommend it. The next one is Carice Royale. Now, this is a candy sweet fragrance that tends to get a little powdery as it dries down. When I say sweet, I mean this reminds me of like a Jolly Rancher. It's a little too sweet for my preference, but again, another fun scent that smells nice. It's just a little too sweet, but if you have a sweet tooth for your fragrances, you might enjoy this one. The next one is Rose Libre. Now, this one's the Rose Lovers. Basically, what I get is I'm drinking on a spice cola with a citrus garnish on the lip of it. As I'm sipping that and getting the little whiffs of the spices and the cola, I have oils burning in the background of rose and patchouli mixed, um, or some incense, not incense, I'm sorry, some patchouli or rose potpourri somewhere in the background, and I'm getting the whiff of all this combined. This is what I get out of this scent. It is nice, but it's about the middle mark of from when the ones I like the most to the least. This one's right in the middle. Sex on the Peach. Now, talking about being in the middle of the ones I like, this one's totally at the bottom. Um, I do think it's done well. It is complex in the sense that it changes three or four times throughout the life of the scent. Unfortunately, the part that stays the longest on my skin is the part that I like the least. It starts off sweet, just like the drink, so I thought this would be a great scent for my wife. But about 30 minutes to 45 minutes into the scent, I get this body odor. I didn't a body odor that I don't like body odor. Some people find some body odor sexy. I don't like body odor, and this one that's why I was turned off by this one. Like again, after about 45 minutes, I get this body odor funk that takes over the scent for most of the life of the fragrance. Kind of reminds me of the Walk of Shame. So let me put it into perspective. It's nothing like maxed out, but the Walk of Shame is something like I'm at a club in Miami or Brazil on vacation when I was younger. I'm flirting with the girl. She spills a little drink on me as we're dancing. Whatever. You wipe it off. You keep it going because you want to go back and have a little fun afterwards. So you have a fun-filled night, at your hotel or hers, and you still your clothes still have that sweetness from the drink. Meanwhile, while you were having fun, you built up a sweat. That drink starts to come out your pores. You start to get a little funky, and you wrap up in the morning and you head back to your hotel room, or you go grab a coffee before you shower or whatever. That's what it reminds me of. Sweetness, and then at the end, like I said, it gets back to not being as bo because it kind of wears down, I guess. But that's what I get out of this one. My least favorite from the house, but I can see a lot of people gravitating to it because it is like a sweet sex funk type scent. The next one is Tubac Cognac. Now, this is a boozy tobacco scent with spices. It's one of my top three favorites from the house. I do enjoy this one. I'm not a boozy scent lover, but it doesn't the booze, although it's there and present, it's not overly boozy. And I love tobacco fragrances, so this is one of my favorites from the line. Then you also have Tonkaccino, which is I believe the coffee lover's dream. It's a genuine coffee note with some creamy vanilla. That's basically what I get out of this. It's nice. Reminds me of drinking my coffee in the morning, watching some TV over by the fireplace. It's nice. It's cozy. It's great for the cooler weather. The last one is I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Yusucelo, which is basically a lemony sugar scent with a slight booziness to it, more like a liqueur than a liquor. Um, I also think this one was put together very well, composed very nicely. but it just doesn't do it for me. Just not my palate. Doesn't This just doesn't. I don't. It's not something that I like, but I do think it's one. I do think a lot of people will like this scent. Overall, my thoughts on the Barista Collection by Danny Barros is that Daniel created most of these fragrances to be complex but simple and fun, all at the same time. I think they were all composed very well, and at providing 30 ml bottles, I think these are great for travel, which is where I envision wearing most of these scents. I can't see wearing these day to day or to work. But if you want to smell good and be carefree and have a little fun with your accessories, with your perfume, I say these are for you. The small bottles have colorful labels on them that kind of remind me of nail polish bottles. I do think it's perfect for the concept that Daniel put together. I do think that the presentation is not what's important here, at least in this case. I think there's some, because the presentation is a little simplistic, but the juice inside is what counts. And I think that in this case, he did a very good job. He delivered on what he wanted to do. I will be adding a handful of these into my collection, especially for the summertime. But most likely, Tubac Cognac and Tonkaccino will be added soon. But towards the summertime, I will be adding a few other ones into my collection, and I think you guys should do the same. By no means do I say these are all a go, but I think there's something in here for everyone. The Barista Collection by Daniel Barros Perfumes could be found with the link below. I'll be adding the link below, and again, these 30 ml bottles are great for travel. They're simplistic. They're not fragile. They're nothing to write home about, but at the same time, they're user friendly. And at $45 each for the 30 mils, I think it's a reasonable price. I think these are unisex. These are things that you can wear with your significant other when you go on vacation. Some of these I think you could even get for your children. Nobody too young, but if you have teenagers, I think these will be scents that they will enjoy as well. So family-friendly fragrances, but that are done very well. Again, I will leave the link below to where you can order these scents. He's based out of Brazil, but I think he has distribution here in the United States. I would also leave a link below to the blog for this, on my written up review on this house. For a reason. One, I would like you guys to go check that out. But also, I'm giving away the samples. Here are all 12 samples. I'm giving this away to one lucky subscriber. Now, in order to be entered into getting these, you will have to, one, be a subscriber to my channel. Two, leave a comment below. And three, go to my written up review on this house and the Barista Collection and leave a comment there. If you leave a comment here and not there, you will not be entered into getting the free samples. I don't make a separate video or jot down who won. Basically, what I'm going to do is if 1 or 20 or 30, how many people do all three steps are subscribers, leave a message here and a message in my blog. I will enter you into numerically of how you do it, and I will enter you on random.org. Once I pick the winner, I will contact the winner separately and ship them out to you. This is a worldwide. Again, you get a sample of each one of these, 12 cents, and I will ship them out to you. No problem. Thank you to Danny Barros for providing these samples for testing and to give to you guys. Um, Thank you guys for watching. Please, again, even if you don't want to be a participant, give me a thumbs up, a thumbs down. Um, Leave a comment below. I appreciate everyone. Till next time, peace and stay blessed.